Can you say your full name? Just
Well, my legal name is Andrea Zamora, but I prefer to go by Carter.
what's your AM expedition?
Human sexuality.
We're gonna be asking you questions about the class. Like, it's gonna be, you can like be honest about it. It's just asking questions about how you feel about the class. Okay, so the first question is, how do you feel about the class and what makes you feel this way?
Um, well, I feel like there's like almost like enough support in the class because it talks about um, it's all about like sexuality, sexual orientation, how ways to have like a safe relationship and safe sex, basically.
What do you do in this class?
Well, we learn more about good and bad relationships, and then what are ways that we can prevent from having a bad relationship, and then also like how to have safe sex, like how to prevent from having AIDS, HIV, and pregnancy.
Do you feel comfortable or uncomfortable in this class?
Well, I feel more like comfortable.
Why?
It just feels like a really safe environment, and like I can be more confident in myself, and being able to learn new things that I didn't know before.
Are there times where you or other people giggle because of the subject that's being taught, or like where images pop up and then they found it funny or something like that?
Yeah, there's sometimes where like some laugh, but it's like mostly like some of the freshmen that will laugh at something I think it's funny.
Do you have fun in this class?
Sometimes we do activities, but it's rare when we do.
Are there times where you walk into class feeling confident about yourself?
Sometimes I feel like I will be productive, but other times I don't.
Have you ever thought about transferring to another expedition class? No? Would you recommend this class to another student? Why or why not?
I would highly mostly recommend it since it's like how I was saying, it's like gives you like life lessons, and it can teach you a lot about like other people and how not to make assumptions and judge.
Do you think you would take this class again next year?
Well, if I could next year, I would, but since I'm graduating.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Nick.
We have some questions for you on about the class human sexuality. Okay. The first question is, how do you feel about the class? And what makes you feel this way?
I think the class has like a lot to teach you. Like as long as like you like pay attention, there's a lot you can learn that you can like apply to your own life, and it's like really helpful.
What do you do in this class specifically?
We do a lot of projects. We watch a lot of videos and documentaries to learn about like different topics about like human sexuality.
Do you feel comfortable or uncomfortable in this class?
I think the teacher makes me feel very comfortable. Sometimes the students not so much, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. But yeah, like in general, I feel pretty comfortable discussing whatever I want to talk about.
Are there times where you or other students giggle because of the subject as we have discussed?
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you have fun in this class?
I'd say it's a pretty fun class.
Do you walk into class feeling confident where you feel like today's gonna be a productive day, or you just don't feel it?
Not much, just because the class is kind of a slow, like laid back class, so it's like you can't walk in with like a lot of energy. But I think just for me, I personally just get stuff done anyway.
Have you ever thought about transferring to another expedition class?
Yeah, I've thought about it a few times just because the other students sometimes, they need to grow up sometimes. I'm just saying like it doesn't need to grow up sometimes, and it's just kind of frustrating. But no, I think it's always better to just stay with the class.
Would you recommend this class to another student, or why not?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it because I think there's just so much you can learn from it. Like, and I think that you're not always just gonna get bad class of students. You shouldn't exclude that as like a choice just because of that. You should definitely consider the fact that there's just so much you can take from the class. It's like completely worth it.
Can you please say your full name?
Yes, my name is B. Daly.
What is your role here?
I am a embodied human sexuality teacher and teach Intro to Psychology. And I'm an Expeditions Summit teacher.
What made you interested in human sexuality?
I actually had really good human sexuality in high school and middle school, and I feel very passionate about empowering people about their own body and giving them real, honest, comprehensive information about sex, because I don't think many people are doing it. And I actually have my master's degree in education around human sexuality.
Do you have a specific way to teach where most students won't feel uncomfortable?
Yeah, good question. They get to decide how and when they're going to integrate that information into their life. We have a lot of discussions, and I try and. Sexuality is so broad, it's so much more than just sex. So we talk about relationships, we talk about gender identity, we talk about, today we talked about sexuality and disability. So just giving students like this overarching, encompassing view of sexuality instead of like, this is what sex is. You get naked and then, you know.
What is challenging about your class?
It's challenging because I push students to have different perspectives on things and expose them to things that most of the time like would not get talked about in schools. Comprehensive sex ed I think is super important, and I feel really lucky that we live in California, which is a state that values comprehensive sex education. If not every state is like that, and so most high school health classes are abstinence only, so it's basically saying don't have sex, and we're not going to teach you about birth control or condoms because you just shouldn't have sex. And the reality is that people do have sex. We're all sexual human beings.
What would you be teaching if you didn't get into human sexuality?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably something around health and nutrition, like empowerment, something still about the body, helping people feel comfortable about their body.
All right. Final question. Are you going to come back and teach this class again?
Yes, I will be here next year.
All right. That's it. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you for your questions.